spiel. My intention was to have this as a 3 p.m. Fire
Take the next right onto Liberty Street.
fire members and above event, but I'm not in my studio, so
In 500 meters, turn left onto Dufferin Street.
It's going to be difficult for me to do that. So I just wanted to go all the way live and have this quick conversation as I'm on my way to the gym. Listen, the ADL, we have to be a little more aggressive with them in respect to how we are approaching their rhetoric. And so I'm trying to do this right now. I'm hoping that you guys will stand with me. I would like us to empower our social media platforms and I would like us to do 30-second commercials. The reason it's seconds because those who have monetized pages, those monetized pages actually could have ads. You could be actually monetizing this particular ad. So if it can be a 30-second advertisement, it's good. Also, it fills up your shorts. So for those people who don't do a lot of shorts, which are basically 30-second to, I think, a minute, it's good for you too. So
take the next left onto Dufferin Street.
You want it to be something quick, something you can do on the fly, something that doesn't take a whole lot of presentation. So this is what it's going to look like, okay? And let me give you an example. I'm Del K. Brereton. I'm a member of the Black community, and I stand against the ADL. That's it. That's all I need you to say, right? You say your name, so you can say your organization, and you can say you stand against the ADL. And you don't have to say why. You don't have to break down why. If you do want to break down why, you can, though. You do want to break down why, you can tell them exactly why. You can say, I stand against the ADL's anti-black presentation of how they are, shamefully ridiculing the black community and our faith groups. My name is Del K. Brereton, and I stand against the ADL. That's it. And once we start I want us to push these out on a massive level, okay?
In 200 meters, turn left onto King Street West.
Our campaign. I want us to push these things out on a massive level where we're just putting them out there. Use your little camera, say your name, I stand against the ADL. Many of us would be thinking, well, why don't we send a letter? Who are you going to send a letter to? These guys are in bed with government. They're in bed with the FBI. They're a major lobbyist group. The only thing that community fears is bad press. They fear bad press. And the people that really need to pull down the ADL are the people it's supposed to represent. The Jewish community needs to disassociate itself completely from that organization. When enough Jewish people start saying this organization is bad for Jews in America and it's bad for Jews worldwide, the ADL will lose its grip. Okay? Is there anybody making any commentary? The back girl on the back end, she's filming. What's
the GPS was on it. Took it up.
Oh, the GPS is talking. Okay, well, the GPS is talking. I'm not worried about the GPS, but is any comments?
We're just saying hello.
Okay, hey everybody.
I'm telling you that the GPS is on.
They're telling me that GPS is on? Yeah, I know. I'm going somewhere. I don't know where I'm going, so I apologize. GPS got to tell me where I'm going. This is not going to be long. This was really for the fire members, but I want it to be for everybody. Fire members and above, rather. I want it to be for everybody.
Hi, Coco B.
Coco B, what's going on? Back girl on the back end is holding it down. She's got the back end going on because I'm driving her car, so I don't have my normal setup here. But I really want us to do that. I want us to start right away. I stand against the ADL.
Someone asked, what is the ADL?
The ADL is the Anti-Defamation League, and I shouldn't assume that everybody knows what the ADL is. So the ADL is the Anti-Defamation League that was started in 1913 by members of the Zionist Jewish community to defend a guy by the name of Leo Franks, who had murdered and raped a 13-year-old girl. He tried to pin the crime on a black person, but luckily enough, at that time, courts were not so anxious to look the other way that they actually did their investigation and realized that Leo Franks indeed was the rapist and the murderer of this young girl. The Jewish community went behind the back of everyone, paid off the governor to try to get the death sentence that he was sentenced to overturned in the state of Georgia. The governor changed the state's policy on the death sentence, gave him, and so they could only give him life imprisonment. And some good old white boys went and dragged Leo Frank out that jail, and they hung him. They lynched him, as they would say. So the Jewish community felt that the deal was not, they had a deal, and the deal wasn't honored, and they formed the Anti-Defamation League with an intention of protecting Jewish people no matter what they did. And they actually, in the 80s, managed to get a pardon for this man, posthumous, a pardon after his death, saying that the state of Georgia should have protected Leo Frank. Remember, he raped and murdered a 13-year-old girl. He's a Jewish businessman who raped and murdered a 13-year-old girl, tried to pin it on a black person. And that is the basis of what the ADL started their organization on. They are on a witch hunt for black faith groups. They're on a witch hunt for black entertainers. They're on a witch hunt for members of the black community of all shapes, sizes, and ideologies who will say anything negative about the ADL and its anti-Zionist movement. Anybody who says anything in respect to Israel that seems to be negative, they come for you. So this is what the ADL is. They've come after Kyrie Irving. We know what they're doing in coming after Ye. They've come after the Hebrew Israelites. They've come after multiple organizations and people, members of Congress, anyone who would raise their head against the ADL, they've come for them. And they position themselves as a organization that says that they're out to help and defend anti-racism in respect to black people. The ADL doesn't do that. The ADL is for their own, period. So we need to be extremely mindful of an organization that has a great lobbyist position to destroy the black community. And if you look in my community group, a Jewish gentleman posted the image that you see at the beginning of this. I borrowed it from the Israelites United in Christ. And when you see that ad in Israel United in Christ, another gentleman says, "Oh, we're going to go and we're going to bankrupt you Hebrew Israelites, and we're going to bankrupt the Proud Boys." Then he also went on to say that no one supports you guys, even in New York. No one listens to your preaching. The aggressiveness of this community and his name on YouTube is the Jewish community. He's literally calling himself the Jewish community and something else. So, anyways, our position is very clear. We're going to use the platform that we've been given, the platform of public opinion and pop culture, which black people have. We are going to use that, and blacks and others. I want this to be a bipartisan effort of people who do not agree with the ADL, okay, and put them back in their place. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I'm going to come back with a live later. I just want to come out and hit you guys with this because I said at 3 o'clock we're going to be doing some things. All right, Batgirl on the back end's falling asleep with the phone, so I got man, I got some footage of Batgirl on the back end. I might have to put that footage up, man. Some of the funniest stuff you've ever seen. I call it the hijinks behind the scene. I might not put it on YouTube. I might put it on Rumble to make you guys go over there on Rumble and take a look at our stuff on Rumble too. But thank you very much. Don't look at me like that, girl. Batgirl on the back end, Del Cape Brereton. This is the real spiel, and I'm out.
How do I stop being live?